going on, everybody? I'm back at it again today. I've got all my honeydews done, so my wife says I can go play with the motorcycle, so here I am. So goals for this weekend are to, of course, finish the general engine servicing. Where we've left off last time was I had just finished checking the clearances on the valves and checking the cam lobes on the rocker arms to make sure that there was no wearing. We're good. So now what we're going to do is just button it all back up. First thing I need to take care of is setting the belt tension. And I'm going to be doing the cheapest Mickey Mouse method possible with that. And then once the belt tension is set up, it's really just a matter of packing the bike back up and starting it up. So hopefully I'll have some time. Got a bunch of, as always, life, kind of getting in the way. But yeah, let's get to it. Okay, first things first, setting the belt tension. Like I said just a moment ago, I'm going to be using the cheapest method possible. I've done a lot of back and forth. I know some people are going to give me flack because some people are like, oh, this is the way you got to do it. And I understand how critical setting the belt tension is, but I can't find the tool. So the original tensioning tool that you're supposed to use with this, I can't find it for a reasonable price. I could probably rent it, but it'd be a couple $100 to do it from the rental place. There's the tension, the strumming method, and the sources that I find reliable have all kind of said like, we're not getting perfectly predictable results with that. There's a lot of variance between software and what microphone you're using, and if you're in a loud space and a quiet space, there's no way I could get into a quiet enough space without renting like a soundproof room. I live right next to a major freeway, so the audible tuning method is not going to happen. The actual tensioning tool that's used per spec on the newer models, it's like $750. There's something online that's a little bit cheaper. I'm just not going to do it. Sue me. It's my bike. But no, I mean, a lot of people have said that the twist method is safe enough. Now, I'm not going to take the damn bike racing, right? I don't ride like a maniac. I tend to keep it pretty reasonable. So we're going to go with the twist method. If you're not familiar, basically you set the tension by twisting the longest run of the belt you have. Being able to twist it to 45 degrees means you're good. Anything more, it's too loose. Anything less, it's too tight. And move on with life from there. So that's what we're going to do. It's what we got to do. So, yeah. Well. All right, I don't know if I mentioned what a pain in the ass these nuts, the nuts on this pulley were to get off when I first did it, but it was a pain. Luckily, we got eccentric wrenches now from, just went to Harbor Freight and got some, so we're going to go ahead and put this on here. And of course, that's going to jump in the way. Oops. It's pretty obvious. That's it. 45. I mean, I'm sure the tensioner method works better, but here goes nothing. All right, and we got one more. I already kind of figured out. If we tighten this bolt a little bit, I'll just start holding the tension and we can set it this way. One of the things I want to make sure is you go away from the pulley so that the so that the nut is still as close to the other pulley as possible. You know, the eccentric, you don't want the meat of the eccentric nut between the nut and the pulley, because then these belts are too tight, or too close, I should say. So, alright. And then this one's going to be a real pain in the ass. Okay, one last thing I'm going to do is turn the engine all the way around. Make sure that the pulleys line up where they right up on their marks. Make sure they're there now. Fuck it, we're going forward. Okay, lines up. That's on its timing mark. Down here, we got the engine timing mark in there. It's looking good, and that's lined up. That's lined up. I think I didn't fuck it up. Shocker. Alrighty, spark plugs going back in, gap is checked, and I stuck a vacuum in there just to clean out any crud, though I had it covered when I wasn't working on it. And we're going to go with the plug manufacturer's recommendation of going till it's finger tight, no anti-seize. Just be real gentle, definitely is in there. Okay, can't turn. And it says 1/2 turn, 1/4 to 1/2 turn. So we're going to go with like 1/3 of a turn. So 1/2 would be to here, so we'll go. Ah! Go to about right there. That's good. Okay, so the belt covers are on, and the next thing we need to do is hook up the battery box, which normally isn't such a big deal, but I'm looking at this thing and I'm seeing a lot of stuff that concerns me. So zooming in on it, you know, looking, there's a lot going on here with these accessory, I don't know what's going to what. You know, again, goes back to I don't know the history of the bike too well, but I mean, obviously we got a battery tender there, so I mean that's an obvious thing what that is, and if anything, we don't really want to get rid of that, though I have a fresh one I can put on there. You know, on the other end here, we're looking, I think that's probably for the battery tender, but yeah, there's so much going on here. And then looking back here too, like, what's all this about, you know? What's going on back here? We got some twisted non-soldered wires. We're gonna have to come back and hunt all this down. It's a little concerning, but for now I want to just make sure, you know, one project at a time, right? So I know what was running before. I want to get back to a running state, so I know my valve job is done, but that's going to be somewhere down the line. We're going to investigate all this creative electrical engineering. All right, let's see if we have a fireball here. Turn on the lights. Got power. Feels like neutral to me. Pumps on. Okay, I think we had bad gas on that last go-ahead, so we're going to give another try with fresh gas. Okay, so I've been going through it, and I've been trying to figure out what the deal is. And I just swapped the lines for the fuel, the inlet to the outlet. If you know how these are put together, or if you don't know, I should say, the one fuel line goes to one injector hub, and the other fuel line, the return line, comes out of the other injector hub, and they really can be cross-matched. It doesn't really matter which way, because one line just kind of pressurizes the rails, and the other line just returns the unused fuel back to the tank. I just swapped it, and the bike would run but it was idling at 4,000 RPM. So I just took a look, and one of the throttle bodies wasn't quite set in all the way, so I think it was getting too much air. So we're going to try this again, and I think we're going to have some luck. We got fresh gas. Lights coming on. Fuel pump's running. We got a motorcycle! Still got a lot of shit on the exhaust pipe that needs to be burned off, but it's looks like we got a happy camper. Okay, looks like we're good. I'm gonna have to pause and take stock of the situation, but wow, I think we're good. Okay, I guess we're good. I ran the bike for another 10 minutes, and I, took a look at it. I don't see anything leaking. I don't see anything catching on fire, so I don't hear anything clanging. I think we're okay. So the next thing is the forks, like I've been saying. The forks are something I know even less about than doing the valve job, but I think it's a little bit more of a straightforward job, so we'll see how it goes. Right now I'm kind of thinking up ways of how I'm going to keep the bike, mounted, because I'm going to have to pull the fork tubes. So we'll see how this goes, but, I'm really excited that the rest of the project's going so well. I had a little bit of a moment of terror there, when the bike wasn't starting, because it was like, man, what is wrong with this thing? What am I gonna do? Oh man, if I didn't fix it, if I screwed this up, what now? So it was really good to see it just go, oh, okay, it was my fault. I put some shit on wrong, of course. But anyway, we're good, and So thanks for watching this video, and my guess is the next video is going to be starting filming today, so it'll be kind of weird, but I'm going to cut it logically, put bookends on it and complete the project, or one piece of the project. Clock it out and see y'all later.